Vincent, Lepore, 33, Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1 minute notification. The introduction of Ordinance 11-17. I brought up the chicanery of this matter at the last council meeting with the creation of a police chief and 2 deputy chiefs. Tonight, Ordinance 11-17 reads as follows. Further advancing chicanery. Whereas the city, quote, whereas the city wishes to add as a police chief and 2 deputy chiefs to the permissible membership, end quote. It also further reads, quote, the Director of Public Safety, Mr. Roebuck, civilian, shall have the authority to appoint a deputy municipal department head from within the existing membership of the police department. This amounts to the creation of another unnecessary layer of brass. More multiple jobs at the expense of the taxpayers in a pay-to-play, political patronage, 50% brass police department. Noted the ordinance reads 5 captains as part of LBPD. After 10 years under 2 captains, why did the police department have to add 3 more captains? The bottom line is political patronage. At the top of LBPD right now is occurring elbowing and pleasing maneuverings, juxtapositioning favoritism to some members of the brass and excluding other members of the brass who have fallen out of favor because they don't wish to politically please. The fact is, with this ordinance, we don't need these extra positions. Rather, police chief or director, one or the other. We don't need both. With the deputy municipal head, it is keeping a line in tow for the political ambitions of this administration. The mayor appoints Director Roebuck. The director writes the policy for the deputy municipal head to carry out by having the police chief and deputy chief follow through. No doubt apparent dissension within the police department have brought this about, and that dissension will be further aggravated. You're not going to contain the problems of LBPD with this ordinance. The overtime is a ruse. If there was a problem, there would have been a study to produce it about a problem with it, and there is no study. The lid's about ready to blow off LBPD. Stay tuned. One can only hope out of LBPD if Frank Serpico will appear on the scene, exposing the inner political corruption and criminal activity within LBPD. And maybe the citizens of this city will finally get the state police in Long Branch to run LBPD, and focus on the crime-fighting efforts for this city rather than creating new political patronage positions. Another example of junk government. Talking about junk government, we're on to the Kushners in Pier Village Phase 3. We have learned the Kushners have made an application to the New York State Attorney General's office to market Pier Village for New York residents. Pier Village was never meant for the residents of Long Branch, and it continues to be on that
You have
track.
1 minute, Mr. Lepore.
Oh, thank you. 666 Fifth Avenue. Chinese backed out. I'm going to read you a quote from the financial industry. Repayment terms of 666 Broadway, $1.2 billion of debt, are growing even more unlikely to be repaid as of 2019. Kushners are seeking $250 million. Last Thursday, the financial industry started to redline them. The Kushners are now going to unsecured lenders. So why is the city of Long Branch going in the banking business and floating a $25 million redevelopment area bond to someone, the Kushners, who the financial industry is now starting to redline internationally? Junk government.